Hello, everybody. It is May 4th, and if you are a Star Wars fan, it's a huge deal. I am not. My brothers are, so they would contest that I suck as a sister and as a human being. But anyways, that is not why I popped in here. So we had a 2-year-old new patient in the office this week, and poor little thing cannot sleep worth a darn. Her immune system is in the toilet. What's not in the toilet? Bowel movements. She's just a really unhappy, uncomfortable little girl. And she's 2. And this is a really common history or presentation that we see in the office. And so I thought I would share why that is such a common thing. To see little ones who have compromised immune systems, that also have digestive issues, that also have ear infections, that a lot of times have allergies and asthma, that a lot of times, sometimes develop, sometimes, that's an oxymoron, that sometimes will develop into behavior concerns, ADHD. So, because of the way that we are carrying our babies and also birthing our babies, there is a lot more trauma to a little one in the act of being born. So, you might be thinking, oh, I had a natural vaginal birth. Well, first of all, nowadays, natural basically only means to birth being vaginal. There are so many other components that we have to take into consideration. Hey, Justin. So, during pregnancy, if baby is at all in a compromised position, if they are breech or transverse, if there are twins, if there is any sort of constraint in the womb during the birth process, if there is any yanking, cranking, twisting, pulling, forceps, vacuum, C-section, any of those things, what we're seeing is jamming in this upper cervical spine. Cervical spine is just a fancy way to say your neck. Well, what's the big deal when we have that jamming, that cramming in the neck? Well, for starters, first of all, it's not going to be very comfortable. So babies are going to maybe be a little bit fussy. You might even say they're colicky, depending on, there's certain parameters to tell you if a baby's crying. I think they cry for 3 hours a day, 3 days in a row, 3 weeks in a row. I don't even remember the actual parameters because the diagnosis of it in itself is kind of silly. But anyways, so babies these days are having a lot more of these upper cervical problems. And the problem with upper cervical misalignments is that what they're connected to. So they're connected to sinus drainage, they are connected to the immune system, they are connected to ears, eyes, nose, throat. So when we have that jamming and cramming in the upper cervical spine, we're not going to get any drainage of anything really. Snot, mucus, ear junk. When we don't have drainage, we have got a cesspool for viral and bacterial infections. Think of it like a playground. And so when things aren't draining, a lot of times we see ear infections. What is the most common route of treatment for an ear infection? Any guesses? Antibiotics, right? So the antibiotics, what they do is they work to wipe out bacteria. Regardless if the bacteria are good, regardless if the bacteria are bad, doesn't matter. Antibiotics wipe out bacteria. The problem with that is there are bacteria in our gut that are specifically designed to help us digest our food, to break them down, to keep our body working properly. So if we wipe out those bacteria, all of a sudden our gut isn't working. So our gut's not working. Food isn't moving through, we're not digesting nutrients like we need to, so then we develop constipation. We cannot poop. Also with that, since we don't have the bacteria to help us break down food, we're more sensitive to things like not only foods, but dust, pollens, molds. Our body is on high alert. It doesn't have those bacteria to do their job, and so our body thinks that more things are harmful than need be. And then once we have the allergies, be it to foods or dust, pollens, molds, dander, your mother-in-law, whatever it is, then sometimes we'll see it develop full-blown into ADHD and asthma. And I'm not sharing these to scare you or to make you think, oh my gosh, my kid is going to develop ADHD. That is not my my MO, my objective. It's not my objective with sharing this. My objective in sharing this is if your little one at an early age suffers from ear infections, if they seem like they're always dealing with immune stuff, if they can't poop, it could become an even bigger issue. And so now is the perfect and really the best time to get them checked for not just these upper cervical misalignments, but misalignments anywhere in their body, okay? So if that sounds like your little one or a little one that you know, we can help. We want to help. So please share this with someone you know who needs it, and we'll see you later.